Untuk perayaan yang never stop, segerin dengan Hydro Coco. Don't stop the celebration.
It's in our own half defending to counter-attack, and that takes a bit of bravery and has a bit of risk to it. We've just got to learn the moments to have our rest defence and our defensive transition better set. Yeah, I think they're the keys. Bit of game management, our defensive transition, and we'll take that into Singapore. But, you know, our team are brave. We want to play football. We want to show the fans that we're a front-footed team. We want to press teams. We want to play out from the back. And I think that's important for our evolution. It's pretty emotional coming out of the game, so you always got to look at the game with a cooler head. But I think just generally we could have been set up better to be a bit more direct, to get into the physical battle with Vietnam in the first 10-15 minutes. I think we were able to give them a pretty easy goal. Once you do that to a team like Vietnam, it's going to be a tough night, because now they can hit you on the counter-attack, and they did. So I think for us, we've just got to keep a tight shape. That's when we attack, when we defend, a tight shape. Better game management, that comes from the coach first, not the players, to manage the games and to make sure those first 15 minutes are difficult for a good team like Vietnam. I think secondly, you can see this team want to attack, that we want to send numbers forward. We don't want to be a team that sits in our own half defending to counter-attack, and that takes a bit of bravery and has a bit of risk to it. We've just got to learn the moments to have our rest defence and our defensive transition better set. Yeah, I think they're the keys. Bit of game management, our defensive transition, and we'll take that into Singapore. But, you know, our team are brave. We want to play football. We want to show the fans that we're a front-footed team. We want to press teams. We want to play out from the back. And I think that's important for our evolution. As I say, this group of players' fourth game together, second, third official game. We will keep improving. We have to take these punches, but we have to own them. We can't look away. We've got to own our mistakes, learn, and as Risky said, we stick together, because we've got another game to play, and it's a big one.
All right, next question, please.
Hello, I'm Ilham from tvnews.com. Coach, yesterday you noticed will tell us about Marcelino Ferdinand condition and what his condition right now, and is it possible to continue this tournament? Lalu pertanyaan kedua untuk Rido. Setelah kekalahan ini, tadi kolom komentar langsung banyak head comment. Mungkin apa yang kamu janjikan untuk supporter untuk meredam kekecewaan itu? Lalu yang kedua, di pertandingan tadi kamu sering banget miskom sama Jordi, sama bahkan Nadio juga sering banget kayak teriak-teriak ke kamu, ke Jordi. Mungkin ada apa sih? Mungkin karena faktor kelelahan bolak-balik ke Thailand atau gimana? Terima kasih.
Yeah, on Marcelino, unfortunately he's picked up an injury that'll rule him out of the tournament. We got confirmation from the MRIs. You know, I'm not going to be disclosing what that is at this stage, but his injury will take him out of the tournament. It's really unfortunate for the lad. You know, the attacking threat that he brings, but he's well aware there's an opportunity for another player now to step up and take this team forward in the next game.
Oke. Yang pertama tentunya mungkin itu hal normal di sepak bola, karena ketika kita bermain jelek pasti komentar datang juga, dan saya terima itu. Saya akan terima kritik-kritik baik untuk saya sendiri, dan ketika kritik itu sudah menjurus ke hal yang di lain-lain, saya nggak akan peduli. Jadi terima kasih masukannya, saya akan terima. Saya tahu saya salah, dan saya akan move on untuk pertandingan Singapura, agar saya kedepannya agar lebih baik lagi. Untuk koordinasi ya, mungkin ketika kita kalah semuanya terlihat, Jadi celah-celahnya itu terlihat. Jadi yang terpenting bagi saya evaluasi lagi, dan saya akan bicara juga bukan hanya Jordi sama Nadio tapi buat semua tim, karena saya diberi tanggung jawab sebagai dari pelatih menjadi kapten, bukan hanya ketika kapten menang tapi ketika kalah juga saya jadi kapten, jadi saya harus tanggung jawab.
Alright, so the question is, after you lose, what will you say to the supporter? Because there was a lot of hate comments on the social media. And what about the miscommunication that happened on the field? So the answer is, it's pretty normal in football to receive hate comments. And shortly, he'll take the critique and learn and evaluate from that in order to do better in the next game. Okay, one last question, please.
I think you have to prepare both. I think for this group of players, the response is everything. You know, they are experienced enough. We've got some top players here that have been in these positions before. It's all about the response. It's about doing the little things right now, the recovery. It's about shifting the mindset and the focus. Again, we owned it with the fans tonight. We spoke to the fans. We don't hide from that. The performance wasn't there. We did play, for me, the best team in the tournament. Singapore are a very, very connected team and will be tough to beat at home. But that's the challenge that footballers live for. These are the nights that you want in your career, to go somewhere where you're against the odds and you've got to win. So it's not that hard to get the mentality right, I think, for a group of hungry players. The tactical side, you know, I've been very impressed with Singapore. I think the coach has done a very good job there. You've seen that against Vietnam. He was able to frustrate and stay in the fight and probably could have won that game. So for us, it'll be tactically difficult. But I still believe we have the quality. We have the mentality in the group. We have winners. And we know what we've got to do for our country. And we'll get after that in the next 3 days and give you everything, as always.
Ya, di era kepelatihan Coach John, setiap kita TC, beliau selalu membentuk 7-6 pemain untuk menjadi leadership, dan itu yang diberikan tanggung jawab untuk coach agar bisa bisa ngontrol tim lebih baik lagi. Jadi tadi juga di ruang ganti kita udah komitmen bareng-bareng, kita melangkah ke Singapura, kita harus menang, nggak ada cara lain. Jadi saya kira teman-teman juga sangat-sangat siap untuk meraih kemenangan di sana, dan mental teman-teman, ya mungkin hari ini kita akan lelah, capek, frustasi segala macam, tapi besok kita udah bangun, kita akan fokus lagi untuk menghadapi Singapura. Terima kasih.
Alright, so the question for Rido is that he's actually the captain of the team, and the pressure will be a lot higher for the next game. So, do he thinks that the player will be able to be better and improve mentally for the game in Singapore? And the answer shortly is, since Coach John's coaching era is always appointing 6 to 7 players as the leaders to get used to it. So today is actually pretty tiring, but for the next game, hopefully we'll be strong mentally and physically as well. Okay, thank you to Coach Rizky Ridho and all the members of the media for joining us today. This concludes the press conference. And photo session.
Terima kasih.
Untuk perayaan yang never stop, segerin dengan Hydro Coco. Don't stop the celebration!